I didn't want to attend my own engagement party. That sounds strange, right? But when your family has a habit of turning your milestones into their stage, you learn to expect humiliation instead of celebration. My name is Daniel. I'm 28, and that night was supposed to be about me and the woman I loved. Instead, it became another reminder of who I was in my family, or at least, who they thought I was. The party was at my parents' house, bright lights, expensive catering, 50 guests. My mother had planned everything, and by everything, I mean everything except asking me what I wanted. When I arrived with my fiancée Emma, my mum hugged her tightly. "Oh, sweetheart, you look beautiful," she said loudly. Then she looked at me, no hug, just a quick glance. "Daniel, you're late. Go help your uncle with the drinks." I had just driven 2 hours after work, but I nodded, like always. For years, I had been the disappointment. My older sister was a doctor. My younger brother worked with my dad in the family business. I chose graphic design, freelance, flexible, unpredictable. In my father's eyes, that meant unstable. In my mother's eyes, that meant embarrassing. And somehow every family gathering turned into a subtle roast of my life choices. Halfway through the party, my mum tapped her glass with a spoon. "Everyone, quiet, please," she smiled, the kind of smile that looks warm but feels sharp. "I just want to say how proud we are of Emma for choosing to marry into this family." Laughter, then she continued. "And we're especially grateful she's willing to support Daniel while he figures things out." More laughter. My uncle added, "Yeah, Danny, maybe marriage will finally make you responsible." Even my brother smirked. I felt Emma's hand tighten around mine. I smiled. Because that's what I always did. Smile, absorb, stay quiet. But then my mother said something that made the room shift. She laughed and said, "At least Emma knows she'll probably be the main breadwinner." The room burst out laughing, even some of Emma's relatives. My face burned. Emma looked shocked. My father didn't laugh, but he didn't stop it either. And that hurt more. I could have walked away. I almost did. But then I realized something. For years, I stayed silent to keep the peace. But there was never peace, just control, just hierarchy, just humiliation disguised as jokes. And suddenly, I felt calm. Not angry, not emotional, just clear. My mum was still smiling at the crowd, waiting for more laughter. So I gently took the microphone from her hand. The room quieted. My father looked confused. My sister raised an eyebrow. Emma looked at me like she was seeing me for the first time. And I said one sentence, calmly, clearly, without raising my voice. "I actually make more than both of my siblings combined, and I paid for this entire party tonight." Silence. Not awkward silence. Heavy silence. The kind that makes your ears ring. My mum's smile froze. My sister blinked rapidly. My brother looked at my dad. My dad went pale. No way," he whispered. But I wasn't finished. Still calm, still steady. "I didn't say anything before because I didn't need to prove myself, but please don't confuse silence with failure. No shouting, no insults, just truth." You could feel the energy in the room shift. People stopped smiling. Some guests looked uncomfortable. Emma squeezed my hand again, but this time differently, proud. My father cleared his throat. "You paid for this?" "Yes." "Why?" I looked at him. "Because I wanted tonight to be about love, not status." That hit harder than anything else. My mother tried to laugh it off. "Oh, honey, we were just joking," I nodded. "I know, that's the problem." More silence. No one laughed this time. Then something unexpected happened. My uncle, the same one who made the drink comment, said quietly, "Well, good for you, Daniel." A few guests nodded. My sister avoided eye contact. My brother looked embarrassed. And my father, he walked toward me slowly, placed his hand on my shoulder. And for the first time in years, he said, "I didn't know." Not defensive, not angry, just honest. That night didn't end in a fight. There was no dramatic screaming, no slammed doors, just a shift, a reset. For the first time, I wasn't the family joke. I was a man who chose to speak. And that one sentence, it didn't just silence the room, it changed the way they saw me. But more importantly, It changed the way I saw myself. Because sometimes revenge isn't loud, it isn't cruel, it isn't humiliating someone back. Sometimes revenge is simple. It's dignity, it's truth, it's saying one sentence. After years of silence, and from that night on, they never laughed at me again.